Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, we're going to start our session now, and be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, you can mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So bring attention to your body, please. And observe head to toes yourself and recite mentally, Swapatpeva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, bring your attention to your body and observe head to toes your whole posture and feel your whole body as one. So bring your attention to your lower part of the body and see is there any strong tightness, heaviness, any kind of sensation if you can recognize. Just get a mental note. And bring your attention to the lower back area. See, is there any sensation, tightness, heaviness? And upper back and shoulders. So now bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. So allow your inhalation, exhalations happen itself without disturbing, without interference to it. Just observe and recognize inhalation as inhalation, exhalations as exhalations. Allow it to happen naturally itself. Do nothing extra. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation and exhalations. Knowingly, this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end of the inhalation or exhalation. Each and every inhalation, exhalation has its own character and behavior. Some become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize it. See when the inhalation, exhalations happen. What happened to your body? How you feel it? So drop all the methods, patterns, the knowledge you know have, the technique you practice. Let go everything, drop everything. Just simply be with the moment and experience yourself. The impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, to your right side, downward, and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, as all of you hear every day, the word power has many meanings. And mostly, people try to develop the power, increase the power, find the power with this material world, with this all the outside things. And people build up powerful machines and powerful computers, powerful satellites, powerful vehicles, and powerful weapons. And when it comes to that, the atomic power is something is more and more powerful than all other material things. But at the same time, you have to remember your mind is more powerful than that all other material powers. Your body is kind of like a nuclear implant, creating the mind, creating this atomic power inside you. And you can use it for the good and for the bad also. So what is the good? If you're able to recognize your mind yourself, and you can use it for the good things. And if you don't understand your mind, if you don't see your thoughts, and it can be very dangerous nuclear implant, and sometimes destroy it yourself and destroy others. See, sometimes you may experience many times it happen when this nuclear implant have some kind of leaking, and the people get disease and people sometimes die. So our mind the same. If you don't recognize the power of the mind, sometimes these disturbed thoughts can go out of you as a bodily, verbally, mentally action, and it hurt others. So then you have to have the knowledge about the mind, and you have to tame your mind. You have to recognize your mind. You have to have mental discipline. If you don't have the mental discipline, remember, it's going to become so dangerous. And at the same time, once you have the mental discipline, it's going to be so beneficial for you and for others. So the meditation is a method that developing your mental discipline. And mostly people think when it comes to the meditation, oh, you close your eyes and you come to a posture, cross your legs. It's kind of like a sitting on lotus posture, meditation. But it is more different than the physical posture when it comes to the meaning of the meditation. And it is a development of the mind. So more than any other time nowadays, people talk about meditation. But when it comes to the Buddhism, there is a word called bhavana. The bhavana means cultivation of your mind. So, what is the difference with the cultivation of the thoughts and the cultivation of the mind? So, in a very conventional level, whatever the mind you carry, it has thoughts always. So, when you think again and again, what happens? It is a cultivation of thoughts. So the cultivation of the mind is totally different. It is the opposite of cultivation of the thoughts. But some people come to the meditation and then again, they cultivate the thoughts. So cultivating thoughts, you cannot come to the peace, tranquility state. You cannot develop the undisturbed mind. So this is two different ways. Then what is the cultivation of the mind? So the mind itself has the ability to depend itself without thinking and comparison. So our life always depending on thinking and comparison. But the mind itself has power to get out of this both. But in day-to-day life, in this ordinary life, what happens through our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and we mostly interfere with the corporality or the perception and the feelings, and then formations, and then the ideas or the consciousness. This is always happening with us. And going that way, you cannot develop undisturbed mind. You always get disturbed and have the desires. So the meditation is the method. The bhavana is a method. You get out of that and you cultivate the mind itself without thinking or without dealing with perception. So how you can do this? It's just by thinking you cannot do it. So then the very first thing that you have to remember, you have to have the very restful mind and body. With the busy mind and the tired body, you cannot get into this. It's called Viveka Nisita. In the very first level, this is the first quality you should have to develop your tranquility state. Your body should be calmed down and your body should be relaxed, comfortable, physically. You have to have some physical comfort. And the other one is the mental comfort. Without too much desires or without too much thoughts. Mentally also you have to have kind of rest. And another one called Kaya Viveka, Chitta Viveka, and another one called Upadi Viveka. The third one, the mental formations or the sanskara, volition. So that's mean always our mind in kind of like a dreaming state, thinking about something. And we have the plans, the desires to become, to be better, bigger. This is what you have to drop. Because there is a current, inbuilt current you always generate to become better and bigger in this very conventional world as an ordinary human being. But if you look for tranquility state, you have to drop this current. So then when you sit, give a total relax to your mind. In the surface level with the thoughts, in the deeper level with the desire. Otherwise, you cannot get into the tranquility state. So then the Viveka, Nisita, that's mean the rest. And there are three kinds of rest. One is the physical stress. Another one is the mental. And the surface level of thoughts. And the deeper level of the desires. So the three level of rest. And the second one called Viraga Nisita. So Viraga Nisita means detachment. You have to come to the point when you sit for meditation or walking or whatever the meditation you do. If you look for the tranquility state and the wisdom out of the meditation, the very next quality that you have to have, detachment. So the detachment even from the meditation. This is very important because sometimes we detach to the outside things, but we attach to our meditation. We detach to conventional life, but we attach to our spiritual goal. So this also you have to release. Just imagine you keep practice meditation. And then every day you keep practice and suddenly you cannot join to the class or maybe you cannot sit. Then what will happen? Then you go into disappointed. Why? Because you like it. See that your spiritual practice finally going to end up with being disappointed. Then what is the point? If you cannot practice that day, it is okay. And maybe suddenly there is no internet and then we cannot do this class, then what to do? Just nothing to do, just okay. So otherwise, if you attach to the, oh, I want to do this, oh, I am keep doing this, then what will happen? Then you developing a trouble inside. That's why even the result you get, even the technique you practice, even the result you gain, maybe you feel so comfortable, relaxed, even physically. Even mentally also, you may gain some kind of result. So don't attach to it. Always keep the awareness in your mind rather than reflect on the result. So always, whatever the moment you come, and you have to reflect on it and detach from that. So that is the second one. So the first one, you have to find the rest. And the second one, detachment. And the third one, Nirodha Nisita. Nirodha Nisita means that you don't have any resistance regarding anything. And you recognizing moment by moment, moment by moment. When you detach from the bodily, verbally, mentally action, how everything settled down itself. And recognizing that, and recognizing the impermanent, and reflect on that without resisting anything, just you slowly entering to the tranquility state. So in that tranquility state, no any kind of physical reaction or mental reaction regarding anything. You come to a point to totally accept. Otherwise, always we physically or mentally sometimes we keep reacting to things. So Nirodha Nisita. You come to the total acceptance. And then the fourth one called Vassagga Parinaha. So the Vassagga Parinaha means you completely connected to the liberation. You completely accept the change. You completely accept the moment of separation. You completely accept the transformation. You don't have any kind of preconditioned mind. You don't have any kind of plans to do ahead. Even in this very conventional world, you don't have anything bound to yourself and thinking to do it after meditation. Vassagga Parinaha means it's kind of like you completely 100% bring the awareness and attentive awareness towards the liberation. That's why when we in the beginning of the meditation, we reflect ourselves, we recite ourselves, and thinking this is the last moment in our life. And our goal is the liberation. You sit for liberate. You don't sit for practice. You don't sit for try something. You don't sit for to look what will happen. You sit with the complete awareness to gain the liberation because you are ready to change yourself. So those are the four qualities that you always have to keep in mind. If you really look for the development or the transformation yourself. So rather than thinking yourself and using thoughts or reflect on thoughts, if you come to this level of meditation, and in the very first level, it will allow you to have the tranquility state, very peaceful, calm, relaxed mind. And from there, you detach from all the resistance and deeply you get out of the physical mental action, and finally you are open to liberation. So if you don't have this clear path within yourself, and sometimes we caught up in our own thoughts and keep reflect on it. So when you keep reflect on any thoughts, what will happen? Then that thought's going to become bigger and better. And then, and when you come to the meditation, and after the meditation, day by day, rather than undisturbed mind, rather than calm and relaxed mind, you may develop a very disturbed mind. So then always remember yourself, when you practice, when you sit for meditation, basically you have to have very clear understanding what is this development mean. So that development mean you develop the freedom in your mind, the peace in your mind, the calmness in your mind. So that is not developing thoughts. So then the mind itself have this calmness, relaxed comfort within yourself. Even the mind itself has the wisdom. Then why day-to-day life we cannot find it? Why day-to-day life we cannot experience it? Because knowingly or unknowingly, you develop the other side of the mind. That is your thoughts. That's why you have all the disturb or the unsatisfaction and the worry. So then in the most powerful thing that you can develop in your mind is the tranquility mind. So get into tranquility mind. The very first thing that you have to do, drop the thinking mind. So to drop the thinking mind, that's why you have the primary mental object. To drop the thinking mind, you have to come to the present moment. So that's why we get the inhalation or exhalation or the sensation. Why? Because it happened in this very moment. When you clearly see it, recognize it, your mind going to be in the present moment. So when you are in the present moment, naturally, your mind slowly drop the thinking pattern. Why? Because always your mind need your past or the future thoughts to keep thinking. And this is the very nature. Our mind always moving here and there from past to future, future to past. Losing the present moment. So then once you have the primary mental object, you be with it again and again, you keep practice. In a certain level, when you keep practice, your mind will calm down. That calmness is what we call cultivation. The peace that we call cultivation, not the thoughts. So once you develop the calmness in your mind without thoughts, you develop the undisturbed mind. So out of that undisturbed mind, you gain the tranquility mind. So once you have the tranquility mind, what will happen? You able to recognize things as it is. You get connected to the reality. So once the mind get into the reality, Once the mind starts to recognize things as it is, there is another level of understanding. It called the direct perception. So that means in between the perception and the consciousness, there is no thoughts. There is no thinking. There is no comparison. There is no effort to think. Recognition happens directly with the perception. So once you have it, that is where you recognize what is the really happening. And that is where you can really recognize the very next level, what we call the insight cultivation, or the vipassana, or that analytical meditation. That is where you can recognize the change happening moment by moment within your own, the experience, that the direct perception that you perceive. Then you recognize in the moment by moment, the form, feeling, perception, the volition, the recognition, this everything change moment by moment inside you. And then you understand there is no thinker, there is no doer inside us. This is a moment of experience depend on the cause and effect. Once you have that experience and you understand who you are, and you gain the answer to the great, the most famous, well-known, very old question we all carry in this world. Eons by eons, you keep carrying this question in you, looking for the answer. Who I am? What is this life? Why I am here? Why it happened to me like this way? You're going to recognize all the answers to this, all the questions that you carry in this samsara within one moment of experience. And that answer, we cannot bring it to conversation by verbally, or it is not a kind of like an oral knowledge that we can transfer to each other. So that's why through the meditation, we trying to develop our mind to catch that. So it is there. It is in you. You have that with the power to get into that. But only thing is the hindrance is we get disturbed out of thoughts. So then the meditation means dropping that thoughts and developing the tranquility state or the undisturbed mind. So when you keep practice day by day, you developing the most powerful thing in this world within yourself. That is your mind. So then look into it. Be careful about your mind. Mostly be careful about other things. We know how to maintain other things. And we capable to work with the most dangerous machines and technology, pharmaceutical products, with very clear understanding. But unfortunately, most of us don't know how to maintain our mind. But that is the most powerful thing that we have in this world. So that's why we experience most of unhappy things around us. But yourself, once you able to get into this level, you will understand you get the power, you get the wisdom to maintain the most powerful tool in this world that you carry within yourself. That is where you gain the peace, tranquility state, happiness, satisfaction, freedom to yourself. Once you have it, you are the person that you can share it with others. And as a benefit of that, what will happen? Other people also going to find feel the satisfaction, peace, tranquility state, comfort around you. So then, if you can contribute to this human civilization something, if you can contribute to your loved ones, if you can contribute to your family something valuable, the most precious thing is your develop tranquility mind. So then work for that. So remember, when you work for that, just by thinking you cannot do it. Why? Because it's already, you have all the thoughts you accumulated. That is why you experience this. So if you need the change, what you have to do, you completely have to drop all the thoughts. So that is why every day we keep practice ourselves and we keep doing this. So then it is your responsibility. You are your own master. So then take the responsibility to yourself. Don't depend on any technique or anybody or any teaching. Just remember yourself. You are responsible for your own mind. You are responsible for your own purification. So work for that rather than depending on something. Take the fully responsibility and move forward. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi dīghāyuko bhava. Ettavata cammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavaktaya vanghotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless.